Hello, hi, welcome. Welcome to
Hello.
episode 90 of Teaching La Vida Loca. You are so stinking lucky because today, and today only, no, just kidding, because I'm sure I'll have her on the podcast again. I have with me Cecilia Wyman. Hi, Cecilia.
Hello. Thank you for having me.
I'm so grateful for this woman for so many reasons, but another reason I can add to the list is literally sent her a message 5 hours ago, and or it was yesterday. I did ask yesterday, and I just said, "Hey, could we record a podcast tomorrow night?" With no explanation as to what it's on or what I want to talk about. And she said, "Yeah, sure, okay." And then today, I literally explained what I wanted to talk to her about a half hour ago, but like said, no, I have no questions. I have no script. Are you comfortable with that? Because I knew she would be. And she was like, yeah, okay, sounds good. So thank you for being that person that I can just say, let's do this.
Anytime.
Okay, so little story for those of you listening. Many of you might have been there and witnessed the disastrophe, which is a new word that my daughter-in-law has been using that we love, disastrophe. Um, but what happened was I led a workshop. There were over 300 people registered. Usually, when 300 people register, I can count on about a third of people showing up, and that's about the number that did. A little over 100 people came, and it was virtual. I was in my classroom. I always present from home on my big computer that has a very high processing speed. I've been presenting in the same exact way using all of the tools that I use for years now. And all of a sudden, those tools weren't working because my computer didn't have a high enough processing speed to manage my tools. So my first computer crashes. Then I'm getting texts about my sick baby who I had to leave to be able to do this for a little while. And then I got on another computer and was like, perfect. And I closed the meeting on the first computer, and the Zoom host, the co-host should have been made regular host, and instead they just closed the entire meeting and everybody was kicked out. And then luckily about 85 people decided to try the link again and they came back on, and then I started the classroom tour and it was really exciting and I was so happy to finally do something that I'm super confident about. And then I got locked out of my freaking classroom right before the tour. Like I was trying to show them the door and then I got locked out. And Cecilia is watching this whole thing. Ugh. And I'm thinking like, "Oh my gosh, this is a mess. This is a mess." So I paused the recording and I asked everybody if I could cry for a minute. I said, "I think I need to cry. Is that okay? I'm just gonna take a moment to cry." Paused the recording, cried. Uh, and then I thought about everything I have learned from this woman in the last few months, specifically the last 2 months within our community, La Familia Loca PLC. She was one of our lead presenters for the conference this summer. We have a 2-day summer conference, virtual summer conference, with workshops all day, and she was one of them. And she talked about mindset. And then the next day of the conference, she talked about vision boards. She did a mini vision board workshop. And then she opened the doors to her teacher vision board workshop, which y'all, oh my gosh, if she does a second session or a third session, because you've done two, right?
Yes, too.
Oh, if she does a third session, you must be in it. I did her second session and we gave away 2 scholarships to Familia members to attend that. But because of this work that I've been doing with her within La Familia Loca PLC, I stopped and I was like, okay, I've learned that this is an emotion I'm feeling. And how long did you tell me? How long did you teach us? Is it 90 seconds to feel an
Yes.
emotion?
Yes, it's 90 seconds.
So if you're angry, so explain that to them. So if somebody is feeling angry, they can expect to ride that wave for 90 seconds. And then what?
And then your body is basically done with the emotion. And your mind, your head then decides to stay in that emotion. So if you know that after 90 seconds, there, your anger is over, your sadness is over, your frustration is over, you're like, wow, okay, I can do this for 90 seconds. And then if you stay in that emotion longer, then that's kind of like a choice that you are making. And I think it's really powerful when we know that because then we can do different.
Because, oh my gosh, like the amount of things that had gone wrong that day that would have normally tanked me, Cecilia. Like it would have tanked me. And Familia know that I'm still an excellent presenter when I am flustered. Like I will still get the content, but I'm going to get off that call and cry for the next 4 hours. I will rally on the call and I will make it, but I will let it destroy me,
Mhm.
right? And the mindset work that you've done with me so far and members of the community is like, okay, let me feel it. It's valid. And now what? Like, not a but. This sucks. Let me just stay here. But, and now what? What am I going to do? What is the choice I'm going to make? How am I going to feel? Now, you are very similar to me. It's not about toxic positivity, right?
Not at all.
It's
Never.
about making the choice for myself to say, okay, what are my next steps to change my mindset and move forward. Could you talk to us briefly about the why our brains most times will choose to stay in the anger or the hate or the frustration or the fear or the sadness? Why do we stay there?
There is also science behind that. It's the fancy term is called our reticular activating system, or short, we can say RAS. So the reticular activating system is a part in our brain that's been there for a really, really long time, and it's a filter system. So it decides what you focus on and what you don't focus on. And it is over 90% done subconsciously. So we are not aware of how this reticular activating system is guiding us. So when you are thinking, this is so frustrating, or I'm so angry, or this is annoying me, then your filter system is like, oh, wait a minute. They are paying attention to what's annoying, what's irritating. And then this filter system will look for more of that. And unfortunately, the way we are wired is like to always look for the negative first because it wants to protect us. In the past, right, if we were scared about something, it could mean to stay alive or not. In the modern world, that's not necessarily a thing. However, our brain is still wired that way. And when people know that, wait a minute, every single time my brain wants to go to the negative first, okay, so I become aware of this emotion and now I can do something about it. It's really, really powerful.
It is really powerful, and I've already felt the impact, and I think I still have a lot of work to do. It's like one of those things that you have to actually practice a lot. And that's what I admire so much about you is you acknowledge the work you've had, the years of work you've put into
Mhm.
manifesting. Like you teach about manifesting, you teach about visualization, you teach about mindset, and you're so good at it, but you say, I've been very intentional for years and years,
Absolutely.
right?
Yes.
So, I wanted to record this because I wanted to give you a gratitude because not only did I rally and present, but I killed it. It was amazing. And I got these emails afterwards, especially from Familia members who just wanted to say like, I know you and I know you're probably freaking out about the mishaps that happened. And they wanted to tell you that it was amazing. And
Mm.
um, I was excited because, yeah, they do know me that well, but I wasn't devastated and crying and so frustrated with the mishaps. I was at home playing with my kids and getting them in the bath and then getting ready to do the launch email saying, hey, the doors to La Familia Loca PLC are open. But it was because you have taught me so many things that I'm already implementing that are making my personal and professional, both business and teacher life better, Cecilia. The work you do is amazing.
Thank you. And it's simple, right? I mean, the intensive workshop that we did for 1 week, there were multiple teachers that said, oh my gosh, I implemented it the very next day. And it is changing not just my life, but it's also changing the people around me. And that's, I think, what's really important for us. Like, we can only focus on us, and we have so much control over that when we become aware of it, because often we are on this subconscious loop of doing the same things over and over. And when we recognize, and that's why emotions are so important, because they guide us, they tell us, okay, I'm angry. What am I angry about? Why am I angry? And then when I notice that, then I can start changing. I can start doing little things. And that's, I think, the most important step in any process of change. You need to become aware of what's going on. And that's where our emotions are an incredibly powerful and important guide for us.
Yes. Oh, it's so good. So I wanted to say, so the reason Cecile, the one of the workshops that Cecilia did for us in August was on a mini version of her vision, her long vision board workshop. And there's many mindset elements in it. And that was, she wasn't our guest of the month. We had another guest of the month who was also actually a Familia Loca member because in Familia Loca, I really like to uplift the voices of Familia. Like Cecilia was a teacher. She's not even a teacher anymore, and she's choosing to stay in this community because it's a community. And I'll let her tell you about her thoughts on that. But um our guest of the month taught on a very specific acquisition driven instruction skill, which is TPR, and how to
Mhm.
do TPR at all levels. That was Paul Asselson. He's a German teacher and he's amazing. And then we had Cecilia for our Lanyap session because every month I am determined to do something as a community that allows us to focus on our identity outside of being teachers. Like, who are we as humans? Vision board was huge. Like that's a very deep and beautiful work, right? But sometimes it's just happy hour or trivia night or yoga or like sip and paint, guided drawing, you know? So the lanyard piece of Familia is something so unique that communities don't usually have, but it's integral. It's so important to what we
Mhm.
do because I really want to care for you as the beautiful individual you are and not just your teacher identity because I'm going to train you and you're going to become an incredible acquisition driven instruction facilitator for sure. For sure. But I also want to acknowledge that you are a full human outside of your classroom. I wanted to read a little bit of this email. It said, Annabelle, I just wanted to pop into your inbox and tell you that yesterday was great. You had so many cards stacked against you before it even started, and you were real and vulnerable and your unapologetic, authentic self that you always are, and people love you for that. And the info you presented was fire. Doing it from your classroom and giving a classroom tour was genius. Period. Don't be you. No, yeah, buts, and naming all the things that you think went wrong. You being you is the number one most important thing for you to show if you are talking about familia, because it is what makes it special and it what keeps everyone coming back. Familia members love you, and people who went to that workshop on Sunday love you, and I really hope that some of them were inspired enough to join us. And I just thought that was so lovely because you're right. Like, I do know how to rally, I do know how to present good information, and it's okay when things get wrong for me to be angry and then choose to move forward and say, okay, I'm choosing to acknowledge what did go well and that people loved my classroom tour and got a ton out of the workshop. And now my doors are open and I get to welcome new members into this beautiful community that is La Familia Loca PLC. So, before we go, I'd love for you to share what are your favorite things about Familia? Like, why are you still here when you are now growing your business as a leader in mindset and vision boarding and manifesting and all of these things? Tell me why you have chosen to stay with our community.
Multiple reasons. I still love language, and I think with the mindset and manifesting and vision work, I teach people language, better language on how to take better care of themselves. And I have also relocated from New York to Boston last year, and I have already connected with three La Familia Loca teachers who are in this area, and I was already able to meet with one of them in person, who's only about an hour away from here. So that for me, like relocating into a different city and already having a built-in in-person community is mind-blowing to me. I am still teaching online languages, and I love how you have the fly on the wall option where I get to be a fly on the wall in your classes that you teach online, and you give so many tips on how to do acquisition-driven instruction. And I'm using it when I teach in Germany English or when I teach German here in the US to adults and kids all over the place. And it's the lanyards that are a lot of fun because it feels like we can just show up in our PJs and we get to laugh and we get to know each other. The gift exchange that you do, that we've done, it's not just PD. Like the PDs are incredible. The Facebook group is amazing with all the support whenever we have questions. So it's not just you, it's like everybody is participating. And I've already made some friends. So I don't know. What else do you need? I'm
Oh
like, there's
my
so much
God,
more.
that was so
All true. All
beautiful.
true.
Thank you. Yeah,
Mm,
that it's that, and it's exactly what you just said. It's not just me.
mm-mm.
That's why it's not La Maestra Loca's PLC. It's La Familia Loca PLC. Makes me
Mhm.
emotional because it's literally you and you guiding us and Paul teaching us and random things that Alana is like, y'all, I tried this today in my classroom. It was amazing. You have to try it. Or Rihanna, who's like, oh my gosh, I tried this strategy with littles and it's just this one resource. You have to have it. Like, it's y'all. It's the community that is constantly supporting or being vulnerable enough to lean in and seek support when they need it most,
Yep.
right?
Hmm.
Um, it's a community. So if you are human, if you're an educator who is seeking um, a place to feel inspired,
Hmm.
to feel connected to others, and to feel, did I break up just then?
No.
Voice. Okay. If you are seeking a place to feel inspired, to feel connected to other people, like-minded, positive people, problem-solving people, and you are seeking community, then I would love to support you in our PLC this year. I would love to help you finally have the best year yet, the kind of year that leaves you itching for the next. But super still grateful for summer, but just super excited for the next year. I've had multiple members, and this always blows my mind. I've had five now members extend their retirement, like put off retirement is what I mean. Put off retirement for up to three to 5 years. There's one who still hasn't retired. She was she had a countdown for 3 years, and then she's gone 5 more years and is still loving it and finding the joy. And it's because of the PD, the community, the resources, the ideas shared in La Familia Loca PLC. What a powerful
Mhm.
testimony. So,
And I would like to add one other thing that
mm,
people feel heard. People feel heard when sometimes in their community at school, they feel like maybe they're the only ones that are doing this kind of work and they feel not as much supported. Like that is a big thing when people feel heard and they're like, okay, it's really, really amazing that I can come to this community. I think it's life-changing.
mm, mm. And you're changing mine. So, ditto. Thanks. On that note, two things before we go. One, join La Familia Loca PLC. the link is in the show notes. It's everywhere right now because I am promoting it right now. We would absolutely love to have you. If it's in the first 48 hours before Tuesday at midnight, which I think we're gonna miss that deadline, do first 48 for a discount code. And actually, since you're my podcast listeners, please don't share this online because I really like the podcast listeners to get something special. Type in podcast. If you type in podcast, it'll give you a discount for the rest of the week. So type in podcast if you'd like a discount to join Familia Loca. And I know there's no way people would not want to learn more from you, Cecilia, after me sharing my testimony about working with you for just little snippets. How can people connect with you, learn from you? Do you have any freebies on mindset that maybe you just put together that I'm so proud of you for that maybe you want to mention? How can I learn more from you?
Yes, actually, thank you. I appreciate that. Mostly active probably on Instagram, and it's my first and last name, Cecilia Wyman. I'm sure you'll link that somewhere. And when you go to Instagram, there will be a link to how to connect with me. And yes, of course, I have an incredible freebie that really gives you 5 simple hacks on figuring out your mindset and making subtle and very impactful, easy shifts. Super excited about that. And that's free. So why not
Yes,
take
it's so
advantage of that?
good. It's so good. It's so good. Yeah, it's so good. So, even though she's given you her Instagram, I'm gonna share that link in my show notes, but I'm also gonna share a link directly to her freebie on the show notes because I would love for you right now to start practicing some of these mindset set shifts. We are not gatekeeping it and saying that it's only part of Familia Loca. We want everybody, every teacher, every human everywhere to start shifting their mindset. Please share
Absolutely.
that link far and wide with your friends and family who need to shift their mindset. Share it, share it, share it. And if you are like, okay, Annabelle, you've convinced me. I'll give Familia Loca a try for a quarter, or I'll dive in and do a year with the podcast discount. Great. I would absolutely love to see you and support you in ways that you didn't even realize you needed support with. So until next time, we will both be teaching La Vida Loca, presenting the Vida Loca, businessing La Vida Loca, doing all La Vida Loca, and doing it with joy, gratitude, and a very positive mindset. Thank you, thank you, thank you for joining me. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Open and ready for more. Thank you, Cecilia. And I appreciate you so much.
You're welcome.
Bye, y'all.